In East Africa, Tanzania's economy is booming with a growth rate of 7%. Foreign competition to get into the Tanzanian market is now heating up, with Chinese companies already leading construction of buildings and infrastructure.
But the United States is also looking for a stronger foothold there, a priority emphasized by U.S. President Barack Obama's recent visit to the country. I talked with VOA's correspondent in the region, Gabe Joselow, to find out more.
It's always a hard day's work at the Kivukoni Fish Market in Dar es Salaam. This place was once the center of business and trade in the city by the sea, but that has all changed. Tanzania's economy has a 7% growth rate, and the country is quickly developing. Competition to get into the market is heating up.
Gabe, explain to me a little bit about why Tanzania's economic growth has been growing so much recently. What has prompted that?
Yeah, well, a lot of the growth in the past 10 years or so has been due to sort of a mineral boom. There's been a lot of increase in gold mining. That's been sort of the main, mineral product right now. Although there are some oil and natural gas finds that could propel that forward a little bit more. And you're also seeing that being replaced, being supplemented by some gains in, service sector and in the information and communications industry, which is a little bit more sustainable than the mineral growth.
So what is it mostly that China has been in search for? Everybody knows that they are they're such a big country, a booming economy, that they are starving for natural resources. What are they focusing on in that country, at least in Tanzania?
Tanzania, it's really all about infrastructure. You see a lot of the roads that are being built by the Chinese. You see a lot of the, also a lot of the buildings that are going up are constructed by Chinese. The port project is another one. Dar es Salaam it could be a major port on the Indian Ocean. So those are sort of the areas where you're seeing the most Chinese involvement, and they certainly do have a big presence on the ground. You do see it everywhere when you're in the country. China and the United States have a very different approach to aid and investment. When Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Tanzania in March, he emphasized his country would always offer assistance with no political strings attached. American public investment, however, is often tied to economic and political reforms.
Is there a little bit of skepticism when, whether it's the U.S. or if it's China, they come in and they're building these infrastructure projects, but it's the Chinese who are actually doing it and it's not the Africans, because there is some sort of suspicion there. You've heard talk about colonialism and that sort of thing.
Yeah, a little bit. That's sort of there is that sort of, in the same way there's an awareness that the Chinese are really, taking over around here, there is a little bit of skepticism of that neocolonialism, as you said. At the same time, though, it is creating jobs for Africans as well as for Chinese companies. You'll see a Chinese manager, but pretty much all African road crew when you see a highway project, for instance. So I don't think that's, that there's too much fear of that. But of course, every African country would like to see more manufacturing jobs, in Africa itself. A lot of the problem is that, China comes and takes a lot of raw resources, brings them back to China where they're manufactured into goods and products and all of that. And so what would really help create jobs for a huge youthful population on the continent here would be more jobs at home. So I think that is where you might see kind of African competition with China.
And thanks to correspondent Gabe Joselow for that report. Hey Alex, about 90% of Tanzania's trade goes through the port of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and the World Bank coming out with a report suggesting that it could boost its annual gross domestic product by close to $2 billion simply by taking some measures to improve the efficiency of that port.
That would be quite a big boost.